Hi guys, this section is about the evaluate part of guide. So we're at the last stretch. We've done givens, we've done unknowns, we identified the formula, we do math, and then we evaluate. So as we talked about in this problem, I have the givens listed, I have unknown A listed, I have identified my tool for A, I did the math for A, and I had to go back and label this part A because I'd forgotten. So now I'm about ready to evaluate A. So evaluating comes in two sentences, and I'm sorry this is a little bit of work, but really this is the thinking you need. So the first sentence is, the unknown was, and I solved, or if you're looking at somebody else doing it, what did you solve for? And this sounds dumb, but this saves you on a million multi-step problems. This sentence is really critical. Did you solve for the unknown that you needed? So this question is a one-step problem, and so it's pretty easy to get it correct here, but many of our problems will be 3 or 4 steps where you take this number, put it in a new equation, get an answer from that, put it in a new equation, get an answer from that. And so making sure that you have actually solved for the unknown you needed is critical when we have these multiple step equations. So the unknown here was delta t, and I solved for delta t. That's the first sentence of evaluate. Second sentence is, the answer is reasonable or unreasonable because. So if you look at your answer and you know it doesn't make sense, but you don't know how to work it, it's okay to be honest about if your answer is reasonable or not. If you work the problem and your answer seems reasonable, but there's an error, that's still okay. Just decide if your answer actually seems reasonable. So in this case, we're looking at an 80-meter race. So size-wise, that means that this person is running about a quarter of the track. Okay, an 80-meter race, 100 meters is a quarter of the track, and they're only going a tenth of that. So they're literally going from one line to another line on the field, like on the football field or on the soccer field, right? 10 meters and 10 yards are just about equivalent. So does it make sense that could take 2 seconds? Sure, 2 seconds is a reasonable time. So this answer is reasonable because 2 seconds to run 10 yards is reasonable. If this was 2 hours, that would probably be unreasonable. If this was 2 minutes to run 10 yards, that would probably be unreasonable. But 2 seconds, 10 seconds, right? Both of those times, even 10 seconds is kind of long. But even still, 10 seconds is much more reasonable than 2 minutes, right? So that's how you evaluate. You write a sentence where you state what the unknown was and what you solved for, and then you write, the answer is either reasonable or unreasonable because. So these are the sentence stems you need. Right? Nope. These are the sentence stems you need when you're evaluating your answers. You need to write both sentences. They are worth 20 points together, and this is a great way of making sure you save your grade. So if you evaluate correctly or appropriately, and you did your givens, right? So evaluating is worth 20 points. Doing your givens is worth 20 points. Your unknown is worth